Water saves life, so water is life itself. I would especially like to appeal to the young and to children in particular that you have to incorporate in your lives a habit of conserving water, keeping it clean, and realizing that there is a limit to which water will be available to our earth. So please children, do come forward, sign a pledge that you will conserve water.
It is said that water is life's matter and matrix, mother and medium. There is no life without water. These words conclude that there is absolutely no substitute to water, which is often referred to as the nectar that Mother Nature has bestowed to all of us inhabiting the earth. In many religions, holy water is said to have the power to cleanse the soul of its sins. Water has always been perceived as a gift from the gods, as it rains from the heavens. Ironically, not all the water on earth is consumable. About 98% of the water on earth is salt water found in the oceans, and therefore is unsuitable for drinking purpose. About 2% of the earth's water is fresh and the only source of drinking water. But about 1.6% of this fresh water is locked up in the polar ice caps and glaciers. Another 0.364% fresh water is found underground in aquifers and wells. At the end, we are only left with about 0.036% of fresh water found in lakes and rivers, which constitutes the total drinking water supply for all of us. Given the significance of water in our lives, this percentage of fresh water is extremely critical for all the living beings on earth. But as humans, do we realize the importance of conserving this fresh water? In the current scenario, where we exploit this natural resource, we tend to neglect the fact that there can be a day when the fresh water will become scarce. It is in our interest that we realize it soon, or we'll have no future. 46% of people on earth do not have water piped to their homes. Women in developing countries walk an average of 3.7 miles to get water. With 83 million more people on earth each year, water demand will keep going up. Today, due to a constant neglect and callous attitude towards nature, we have a water crisis staring in our face. A 2009 United Nations report focuses on issues of governance as the core of the water crisis, saying, with increasing shortages, good governance is more than ever essential for water management. Combating poverty also depends on our ability to invest in this resource. We need a collective movement, a revolution of sort in which people, organizations, institutions, societies from around the world join hands and fight the current water crisis, which may get uncontrollable tomorrow if not dealt today. It is very important to first educate and then urge people to practice steps towards water conservation. No matter how small a step is, it counts in the greater march. Besides the conservation of fresh water, we also need to tackle another issue related to water. Every year, millions of people, young and old, die due to communicable diseases, mainly spread through impure water. Diseases like cholera and jaundice at times prove fatal, and people die due to lack of adequate treatment. Symptoms like dehydration may lead to dreadful situations like polio and cause deaths. In developing countries, governments and NGOs run free vaccination and immunization programs against diseases like polio. But these efforts can only succeed completely when the basic problem of impure water is tackled. 1 out of 8 people lacks access to clean water. Every day, diarrheal diseases cause some 6,000 deaths, mostly among children under 5. So to say, every 15 seconds, one child dies due to contaminated water. In India, 700,000 deaths occur due to diarrhea. In a developing country like India, which is heading towards a newer industrial revolution of the 21st century, it becomes all the more important to conserve its freshwater resources. Researchers state that today 70% of India's irrigation water and 80% of its domestic water supplies now come from its rapidly depleting groundwater reserves. To keep a check on this quickly disappearing resource, we must switch to rainwater harvesting on a larger scale, and small efforts to conserve water must be practiced on a day-to-day basis. These small efforts have a larger impact on the big problem of water scarcity.
We need to give a lot of water back to the earth, especially rainwater, so that it goes back into the earth and the level of the water goes up.
Earlier seen as a problem of only the poorest, the water crisis is increasingly affecting the wealthier nations, economic riches being no insurance against it. Keeping in view this grave international problem, UNESCO and Rotary International have joined hands and come together to take concrete steps against the water crisis across the world. Together, these organizations hold meets, educational sessions and conferences to educate people on how to manage this crisis better. These organizations increase awareness across all levels to save water and to stop polluting water resources. Both have felt that an awareness campaign can get very effective if it is inculcated at the level of school children, who shall become true ambassadors of their mission to save water, save life. To create the awareness about water conservation among these school children, a rally, Walk for Water, was being organized by UNESCO and Rotary International on the 15th of November 2009, where about 8,000 school children participated.
I'm very happy UNESCO New Delhi office is organizing very big event. I think it is crucial to educate young people and children about the importance of fresh water. So I would like to greet many young people, many young children participate in the fresh water event. You must be on the forefront of arguing fresh water is a precious resource which we cannot waste.
This rally was organized with the agenda to initiate the school children into water conservation campaign. Jal hai to kal hai, meaning water holds the key to future.
This is a great event, and I must also commend all the schools, all the children that will be participating with us. And let us hope that on this occasion we all take a resolution to save water and to ensure that water is available for each and every one.
Through this rally, UNESCO and Rotary International want to send out a message to one and all that now the time has finally come when every individual must realize that it's one's moral responsibility and duty as a responsible citizen to join hands with organizations, institutions and governments against this impending doom. The rally was attended by thousands of school children from Delhi and neighbouring areas. Several other dignitaries from all walks of life, government officials, bureaucrats, social scientists, joined these children and encouraged them to shape up a bright future. The rally had these children participating with unprecedented zeal and enthusiasm for the cause, and many of them have taken the message very seriously. The rally was a successful event in bringing some awareness among these children towards the grave water crisis across the world. Thanks to the awareness raised at the rally, thousands of children have taken a pledge to promote rainwater harvesting, stop water pollution, and save water at every possible moment through every possible step. The earth is our only home, and if we destroy natural resources, we will have no other place to go. We have to make sure that we provide safe water to the generation next. This fresh glass of water to the small child is a gesture towards our commitment to the cause of providing safe drinking water to the generation next. We may not get all the water we want, but we have the water we need.